Namaste, welcome to YogaCandi. I'm Candice and today I've prepared a 35-minute yoga flow for our abs and our glutes. This is definitely more intermediate, but for those of you that are strong beginners, or even if you're a beginner and you just want to give it a go, feel free to join in and do what you can. All we're going to need today is a couple of yoga blocks. If this isn't something you have, that's fine. Grab some books, stack them up, we can use them in the same way. Let's wear something comfortable and I'll meet you over on the mat. Welcome to the mat. So take a comfortable seat of your choice. Remember to keep your spine as straight and as tall as possible, closing the eyes and placing your hands onto your knees. Let's take a moment here to become aware of the body, to become aware of our breaths, feeling the gentle rise and fall of our chest as we breathe in and out. Try to stay as present as possible throughout our practice today. Anytime any thoughts come into your mind, allow them to pass. Don't pay them any attention and just bring your attention back to the breath and back to the feelings in the body. Today's workout, or should I say today's flow, is all about our bums. So I'd like you throughout our practice to keep reminding yourself to really engage those glutes, to engage your core, engage your thigh muscles. Try to keep as strong as possible in today's flow. The more you engage, the more those muscles will respond to you. Inhale, draw your hands up to the sky and then back towards your heart center. Repeat this, inhaling, lifting your hands up to the sky and drawing your hands in prayer to heart center. Keep repeating this in your own time, following your own breath. Warming up through the shoulders. Remembering to inhale as you draw them up and exhale as you bring them towards your chest. Take your last one and then let's rub our hands together, creating a warm energy between them. With your eyes still closed, once your hands are as warm as you want them to be, place them onto your eyes. Blink your eyes open behind your palms, take them away from the eyes. And let's rub our warm hands onto our bellies, engaging the core. Take your hands over your thighs, give them a little rub and then all the way down to your feet. Wonderful, let's begin. Let's start in our cat-cow position. We're just going to warm through the spine here. Knees hip distance apart, hands shoulder distance apart. Breathe in as you lift your head up towards the sky, dropping the belly. Exhale as you draw the belly up and in, arching the back. Repeat this in your own time, following your own breath. Enjoy this movement. And let's come back to our neutral spine when you're ready. Take your last cat-cow. From here, lift your right leg high up into the sky. Keep it straight, point the foot, and let's do a couple of little pumps here. Really engage the glutes. Now bend that knee, engage the foot, and take a few pumps here, up towards the sky as high as possible. As you exhale, draw that knee in towards your nose. Bring it up and back behind you, really engaging, lifting the foot up towards the sky. Exhale back towards your nose. Inhale, foot up towards the sky. Engage the foot. Exhale, draw your knees to your nose. Inhale, foot up behind you. Straighten it, and as you exhale, draw it in towards your right arm. Inhale, lift your leg. Exhale, draw it to your left arm. Inhale, raising your leg up to the sky and place it back down on the ground. Wonderful. We're going to do that on the other side. Remember to keep everything engaged. Lift your left leg high up into the sky, pump it through, pump through that glute, really engage in it. And then become still, bend through that knee, engage the foot, and then take a couple more pumps here. Pump high up to the sky. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Inhale, take that leg back and up. Engage the glute as high as you can. Exhale, draw your knees to your nose. Inhale, lift your leg high up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, straighten through that leg, lifting it as high as you can. As you exhale, draw that knee towards your left elbow, as high up on the arm as possible. Inhale, draw the leg high up into the sky. Exhale, draw your knee back towards the other arm this time, towards your right arm. Inhale, lift the leg high in the sky. You've got this. Placing the knee back onto the floor. Let's send our hips back and our arms forward for a little stretch here. Take a moment and breathe. Placing your head onto the ground. Just take a moment. Roll forward, and we're going to send our hips up and back into our first downward facing dog. Walk through the hamstrings. Let's take our dog for a walk. Remember to try to send your hip bones high up towards the sky, sending your tailbone up and up towards the sky. Try to see if you can really engage the thighs, drawing them apart. Pulling your shoulder blades apart. See if you can get your underarms to look at each other. Let's come up onto our tippy toes. Exhale and wave forward into plank. Hold plank for a moment here, sucking everything in, engaging your glutes, engaging your core. Really engage those thighs. Everything's strong here. Exhale back into down dog. Feel free to walk your dog whenever you want to. Remember to engage the core, sucking the belly up and in. Become still. Exhale, come up onto your tippy toes and wave forward into your plank once again. Keep everything as strong as possible, sucking everything in, including your thighs, engaging your glutes. And send it back up into downward facing dog. Breathe in down dog. Enjoy this for a moment. This is going to be a bit of a resting pose, even if it doesn't feel like it. Become still if you've been walking your dog. Exhale, wave forward into your plank. Be very, very strong again, sucking everything in. Remember to breathe. And then let's send our hips slightly forward and our chest all the way down to the floor. Take a moment here, resting one cheek on the floor, hands out beside the body. Just take a moment. And then swap your head over to the other side. Return back to your normal breath. When you're ready, let's come up into baby cobra, lifting your hands off of the ground. And let's do some pumps here. So pump up and back, really engaging the glutes, engaging the back. And then lift your legs off of the floor and carry on with these pumps. Lift your legs as high into the air as possible. This is a really great way to keep our glutes very engaged. Into plank and then downward facing dog. Feel free to walk your dog out once again. Before you become still, sucking in the belly. Sending your tailbone up towards the sky. Let's lift our right leg high up into the sky, as high as possible. Exhale, draw your knee in towards your chest. Really suck it in and hold it there for a moment. Take it over to the left leg, the left arm, and then over to the right arm, keeping everything engaged. Exhale, inhale, lift your leg high up into the sky once again in your three-legged dog. Stay here. As you exhale, bring your knee in towards your chest and place it on the floor in front of you. Take a moment and let's come up into our high lunge. Send your arms high up into the sky. Look at your palms. See if you can get your palms to touch. Exhale your hands down towards the side of your body. Create a fist. As you inhale, raise your hands and drop your legs. As you exhale, send your hips up high. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Exhale, fist pumps down, lifting up. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, lifting up. Drawing your hands towards your body. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Exhale, with your fists all the way down. Let's place our hand onto our knee and come over for a side twist here. A twist over to the right side. And then back up to the center. Let's step forward. Try to keep your left foot off of the ground. Raise your hands up to the sky. And then let's come up for our first mountain of the day. Raise your hands up to the sky, take a micro back bend if you would like, and fold forward into our first forward fold. Walk through your hamstrings, bending through one knee and through the other. Allow your head to hang heavy. Grab each elbow if you would like to and just hang here for a moment, feeling through the body. If you would like to, you can rock a little forward, a little back, a little yes, a little no. Do whatever feels good in your body today. When you're ready, inhale, let's halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands onto the ground. Sweep your hands on the floor and let's come up into our chair pose. Hands high into the sky, look at your palms. Bend down as deep as you can into those hips. Try to really engage those thighs, engaging the glutes. And let's send it forward into our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands once again. And jump back into chaturanga if this is in your practice, or step into your plank. And let's take our first vinyasa flow. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Once you're in down dog, you can walk your legs out or become still and enjoy the breath. We're going to repeat that on the other side. So lifting the left leg into the sky as high as possible. When you exhale, draw it in towards your chest. Take your time. Hold it here, really engaging the core. Send your knee over to the left side, then over to the right, then back to the middle. Inhale, lifting your leg high up into the sky once again. Hold it here, engage your glute. Send it back towards the center and let's step forward into a high lunge. Take your time getting into your high lunge. Make sure your hips are squared off. We're going to take a couple of fist pumps here. Taking your hands beside the body. Raise them up to the sky as you breathe in. Exhale as you bring them down into fists. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Exhale, down into your fists. Keep repeating this, following your breath. Pumping up and down, but keeping bend through that front knee. All you're doing is dropping the hips, keeping your glutes engaged. And then let's take our side twist over to the other side this time, looking up towards the ceiling or towards the ground, wherever feels better on your neck. And come back up to center. Let's step forward into mountain without dropping that right foot to the ground straight away. Lift it up into the air. And then slowly bring it to the ground. Walk through your legs. And then inhale. Let's raise our hands up to the sky. Take a micro back bend and let's come forward into our forward fold. Hang out here for a moment. Get in as deep as you would like to. You can straighten or bend the knees. You can even wrap your arms behind your thighs, behind the knees. Draw yourself a little further in towards your legs. Getting deeper into these hamstrings, sending the tailbone up towards the sky. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, come back down to your forward fold. Pull yourself a bit deeper. And let's come back up into our chair pose, raising our hands up towards the sky, looking at our palms. Drop as deep into those hips as possible. Get a little lower, and then let's come into our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands on the floor, and let's take our vinyasa flow. Step back to plank, or jump into chaturanga. Take the back bend of your choice, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Engage everything here, sucking in the belly, walking out our legs. And when you're ready, let's become still. Enjoy the down dog. Breathe slow and deep here. Let's send our hips forward into our plank once again. Be very strong in your plank, engaging everything. Let's roll our hips over to the right side, sending your arm high up into the air, your left arm high up behind you, opening through the chest. If you can, stack your feet on top of each other. See if you can even lift that foot off of the bottom foot. Hold it here, sucking everything in, engaging the core. Bring it back down, and let's roll forward into plank. Take your vinyasa here, back bend of your choice, and we'll meet back into downward facing dog. Enjoy down dog for a moment. We're going to repeat that on the other side. Sending your hips up towards the sky. Let's exhale, wave forward into our plank. Make sure everything's engaged, everything is strong. Let's send our hips over towards the left side this time, into our side plank, stacking the feet, lifting your right arm to the air. If you can, lift your right leg high up into the air as well. Come back into your plank, and let's send our hips all the way down to the ground. Come up for your baby cobra, and let's take a couple of back pumps here, keeping everything engaged. And when you're ready, let's take a rest. Rest one cheek onto the floor and allow your hands to just lay heavy on either side of your body. Breathe naturally here, taking a moment before we carry on. Let's swap sides now, resting the other cheek onto the ground. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Now we're going to send our hips back into child's pose, only very briefly before we start with our next part of the flow. Stretch your arms out in front of you, and let's take a seat in the middle of our mats. We're going to set up for boat pose now. So I'd like you to have your blocks handy. If you don't have blocks, that's fine. Have your books beside you, either side of the mat. You actually only need one for this. When you're ready, let's come into our boat. Remember to keep your spine straight. You can either straighten or bend through your knees. As you inhale, lower down and hover everything off of the ground. Exhale, bring your knees to your chest. Once again, inhale, hover everything off the ground. Exhale, your knees to the chest. Inhale, hover. Exhale, your knees to your chest. Take your block or your books. We're going to pass this underneath our legs and up and over to the other hand. In a circle around our legs. Feel free to straighten through the legs if you would like to, but try to keep your back as straight as possible. Keep passing this block underneath and over the legs. You can reverse your circle if you would like to. Keeping your core engaged. Now as you exhale, come back to your hover position. taking your blocks to one side, and then exhale, blocks to the other side. Inhale your knees to your chest, and exhale your blocks from one side to the other. Keep repeating this. Inhale, knees to chest, exhale your blocks to one side. Inhale, knees to chest, exhale, blocks to the other side. Just keep going, you've got this. Wonderful. Place your blocks to one side, and let's roll all the way back into our plow pose. With your feet up and over your head. Keep your neck still here, don't look from side to side. Keep your head pointing up towards the ceiling. If you would like to, take your arms up and over your head and place your feet onto your palms, sending your sit bones high up towards the sky. Breathing into the back body, sucking in the belly. Really engage your thighs as well in this position. Wonderful. Let's send our arms back and support our hips, coming into a shoulder stand. Your legs engaged, up straight, and we're going to bicycle our legs here. Take a look at me if you're not sure what I mean. And make your circles as big as you would like them, bicycling. Imagine you're riding a bike. Trying to keep your back as straight as possible, and always keep your neck still when you're in shoulder stand or in plow pose. Try to see if you can get those circles even bigger and wider, to the point where it's almost as if you're splitting your legs apart, scissoring them. And when you're ready, place one foot on the floor in front of you, and then swap over and place the left foot behind your head on the floor, as if you're opening and closing a pair of scissors. This is what we're doing with our legs, still in our shoulder stand. Really stretch through, engaging everything. And then exhale and drop your knees either side of your ears, keeping your bum pointing up towards the sky, your arms out long behind you. If this is too much, feel free to just roll back down onto your back. If it's not too much, stay there, and then when you're ready, start to roll down, keeping your legs engaged high up into the sky. We're now going to do circles with both legs together. So slowly start to drop them towards the floor, hovering them off of the floor. Don't allow them to touch. Exhale them in towards your chest. Inhale up to the sky. Exhale them all the way down, hover, and then bring them to the chest. Keep repeating this in your own time and following your own breath. So you're creating big circles with your legs, not allowing them to touch the ground. Keeping your lower back and everything against the mat, as flush to the mat as possible. Keep going, you've got this. Remember to suck that core in. When you're ready, let's hover them and scissor our legs out to the sides. Really engage your glutes here, engage your thighs, just hovering them and scissoring them out to the sides. Keeping your tummy pulled in. Inhale your legs up, and let's just hug them in towards the chest. We've done quite a lot of work for our bums, our backs, and our tums today. So you should be proud. When you're ready, I want you to breathe in and lift your legs high up into the air once again, engaging through the feet and through the legs, through the thighs. We're going to cross over into a figure four. Take that right knee, bend it and place it on top of the left thigh. Grab behind the left leg and pull it in towards you. It's like a seated pigeon, or should I say a lying down pigeon. Stretching through that IT band and through the hips, keeping everything flat on the floor, including your buttocks. Breathe deeply into any sensations, any uncomfortable sensations you might have. And then open your arms out into a T. Let's send our hips over to the left side, keeping that figure four shape. Keeping both knees bent. See if you can place your right foot flat onto the ground, getting a little deeper into the IT band, as well as giving you a nice stretch in the lower back. A lovely twist here. Breathing into the side body and enjoy for a moment. When you're ready, breathe in, bring them back to the center, lift them up into the sky, and let's swap sides, taking your left leg on top of the right leg into your figure 4, grabbing behind the right leg, interlacing your fingers, engaging both of your feet, pulling your legs towards your body. Enjoy this stretch. Wonderful. Take your arms out into a T shape. Try to keep them around shoulder distance height. Don't allow them to be much lower than your shoulders or much higher. And let's send our hips over to the right, placing that left foot onto the ground, both knees bent, getting deeper into the IT band, twisting everything out. Feel free to grab onto the ankle of that left foot if this is going to help you stay in position. If it's too intense, then obviously feel free to come into a nice easy twist here. This is not for everybody. Send your breath into your side body and into your lower back. Once you're ready, breathe in and bring your knees back up to the center, taking your legs high up into the sky, engaging them and engaging the feet. Place your hands beside the body and very, very slowly, centimeter by centimeter, start to bring your feet down towards the mat as slowly as you can. And then allow them to rest there for a moment. Set yourself up. We're going to come into fish pose now. Make sure you're nice and comfortable, placing your elbows down on the floor in line with your shoulders. Arch your back, lifting your chest up towards the sky, resting on your forearms, dropping your head back, allowing your neck to just rest here. Taking this back bend, a beautiful counter pose to our plow that we just did. Keep engaging through the thighs and the tummy and lift yourself back up. Roll down onto your back. Lift your feet up into the air, and we're going to come into happy baby now, opening through the hips. Feel free to rock your baby out, side to side. Remember, this is a happy baby. You can even straighten through one leg and through the other if you would like to. Or just stay in your happy baby, rocking, or be still. Feeling through the hips, doing whatever feels good. See if you can draw the knees even closer towards the armpits. And then send the feet down to the floor. Open them up for butterfly. Opening them out to the side, allowing your inner feet to touch each other. Take your hands out to the sides, or you can rest them on your belly or even on your inner thighs, wherever feels good. Just allow your knees to sink towards the ground and allow gravity to do its work here. Breathe into the sensations and enjoy this moment of relaxation. Now straighten your legs out in front of you. Allow your feet to fall out from side to side. And your hands a few inches away from the body, your face facing up towards the sky, your palms facing up towards the ceiling. We're now coming into Shavasana, final resting pose. Breathe here naturally. Try to focus on relaxing every part of the body, from your toes to the crown of your head. If any thoughts come into your mind, allow them to pass. Don't pay them any attention. Take this time for you. We're going to be here for around 3 to 4 minutes. But of course you can stay in Shavasana as long as you would like. For those of you that are going to hang out with me and come out of Shavasana with me, I'm going to talk you through some relaxation. I'd like you all to imagine yourself lying in a field, lying on some cool, freshly cut grass. You know that smell of fresh grass, isn't it beautiful? Try to imagine that smell. Imagine your fingers are feeling their way through the grass. At the same time, the sun is beaming down, hitting you on your belly, warming up your chest, warming up your forehead, warming between your toes. Imagine there's a slight breeze. The wind is blowing very gently through your hair. You're looking up at the sky. It's really blue. You can see a few white clouds passing through the sky. Imagine those clouds slowly passing through your mind's eye, drifting, changing shapes as they go by. Start to wiggle your fingers, feeling the life coming back into them, feeling that tingling feeling as the blood starts to rush back into them. Wiggling your toes. And when you're ready, let's send our hands up and over our head, stretching everything out, stretching through your thighs, through your feet, through your fingertips. And then let's roll over onto one side. Breathe here for a moment. And then we're going to send ourselves back up into a seat, keeping your eyes closed. Keeping your spine straight. Place your hands on your knees and then bring them to your heart center and rub them vigorously to create the warm energy between them. Place them on your belly. Keeping your eyes closed, breathing in and out. Rubbing your palms once again, warming them up and then placing them onto your eyes. Open and close your eyes behind your palm. Remove your palm, bow your head. Namaste.